A man was walking along the coast with his wife when suddenly he noticed a pod of dolphins. Of course, he immediately started filming this on his phone. You don't see things like that every day. But he noticed a couple of dolphins that were making more jumps than the rest of the pod. Something seemed to be trailing from the side of one of them. Only at home, looking through the photos on his computer, he realized that something was a large lamprey, a parasite from the ancient past that the dolphins struggled to shake off. Did he get rid of it? I honestly doubt it. At least because lampreys have been around for about 360 million years, and over this time they've gotten really good at what they do. Dolphins aren't the only animals they target. Lampreys feed on the blood of a wide variety of species: mackerels, cod, sharks, conger eels, rays, porpoises, even whales. Anyone is good enough. Lampreys don't care about details. They track down their prey, attach to them, and then bore into them with their sharp teeth and don't let go until they have enough. Sometimes a single fish can be found with several lampreys attached to their body. And something tells me that probably feels quite nasty, especially if you know what the mouth of a lamprey looks like. It's like a shot straight from a horror movie. Although technically the lamprey doesn't have teeth, well, not in the usual sense. These are keratin-like teeth derived from hardened skin. They're continuously replaced by new ones. Lampreys don't have jaws either. That is, they actually don't bite their prey, but rather rasp away scales and flesh from them. But it's not enough to latch onto the source of blood. You also have to make sure the blood doesn't coagulate too quickly. So lampreys constantly produce anticoagulant, the substance that prevents blood clotting. By the way, mosquitoes do the same thing. Actually, just think about it. The lamprey is a creature 360 million years old, and over this time, it hasn't changed much. Does this mean lampreys are perfect? Okay, more on that some other time. What happens to their prey? In fact, they don't have much choice, and the outcome depends on their size. If the prey is small, then the loss of blood coupled with infections weakens it substantially. As soon as this happens, the lamprey detaches from its lunch buffet and starts looking for a new one. As for the prey, it dies. Larger creatures have better chances of staying alive. Sometimes the lamprey isn't hungry enough to suck the prey dry and it detaches earlier. The bodies of the survivors bear terrible, very recognizable scars, which shows how many lampreys once fed here. Sharks can handle lampreys' appetite best of all, and not only because of their size. These predators have an incredible healing factor. If Deadpool ended up among sharks, he'd probably be surprised, but they'd accept him as their own.
Superpowers? We can use him.
Sharks simply have to regenerate quickly because their bodies are constantly put through different tests. For example, males bite females during mating, and shark teeth, as you know, are sharp. Their wounds heal in 2 weeks or even earlier. Sharks also fight to establish dominance and sometimes get injured by larger predators. Again, quick regeneration comes in handy. Sharks can heal even grave wounds in about a month and a half. Check this out. A shark got injured by a boat propeller, and it looked so nasty. However, in less than a month, the wound closed completely. Question is, how come it happens so fast? Well, one of the reasons is age. Like lampreys, sharks have swum in our seas and oceans for quite a while, for about 450 million years according to scientists. And all this time, sharks have been constantly evolving. Evolution made sharks very successful survivors, otherwise they simply wouldn't be around for so long. For example, a couple years ago, scientists found the great white shark has far more genes devoted to blood clotting than any other mammal, fish, or bird. Sharks have also improved proteins, which create new skin and tissue. That is, sharks have literally devoted part of their genome to wound healing. No wonder they're so good at it. If you need proof, check out World's Most Battered Great White Shark. Not the title to aspire to, but just check out the number of scars on its body. Still, the shark's fine. It survived everything. And if sharks can heal even the most severe injuries in a couple of weeks, why would they care about some lampreys? By the way, dolphins are almost on par with sharks when it comes to regeneration. This one was severely sunburned in 2016. Though the poor animal was stranded for only a day, the people who saved it didn't think the animal would survive such injuries. But the dolphin fully recovered in a couple of years, and it seems like it's forgotten the whole ordeal. And what is this? Who could scratch a sperm whale like that? Are there giant underwater tigers we don't know of? The good news is there are no giant underwater tigers. The bad news is the culprit is the squid. Yes, of the giant kind. Giant squid and colossal squid are the favorite food of sperm whales. To get it, they can dive up to 0.6 miles deep and spend more than an hour underwater. But squid don't like being prey, so they try to resist. They wrap themselves around sperm whales, leaving recognizable sucker marks and white scars like these. Well, people never saw the battles between sperm whales and squid in real time, so to speak, but scientists believe this is how white scars appear, and they have enough evidence. At the beginning of the last century, they found sperm whales with these scars. Well, who am I to argue with scientists, right? But how can a squid scratch anyone? I always thought squid were, well, soft, strong with muscles and suckers, but certainly no claws. And then Steve showed me their hooks. Many squid species, including the colossal squid, have them on their tentacles. That is, they not only hold on to the prey or enemy with the help of suction cups, but also stick hooks into them. These hooks can also swivel, and perhaps the squid can control each hook to better latch onto the prey. Also, giant squid have a beak that looks like a parrot's beak. It's huge and quite solid. This is a tool for killing and dismembering prey, and some squid species use their beaks to sever the prey's spinal cord and paralyze it. To be honest, you don't really expect squid to be that merciless. I get it, when divers wear special shark suits, they look like chainmail, but they really work. Numerous tests confirm this, and don't panic, this man is a professional, he was not in any danger. But you know what? Giant squid don't care about all these suits. Their hooks are so strong they can penetrate even through modern chainmail. This happened to British naturalist Steve Backshall, and it's very painful.
It's actually
I really hope he wasn't injured. Knowing all this, you kind of understand the sailors of the past who were so afraid of giant squid that they invented a kraken myth. But if you think a collision with a really large squid could only happen in Pirates of the Caribbean, then you must have never heard about the USS Stein destroyer. In 1978, this ship unexpectedly encountered something huge underwater, huge and invisible. The ship started having issues with the equipment, the sonar was out of order, the ship had to return to port. They found the coating of the sonar dome was severely damaged, it was covered in deep cuts and scratches. Within the deepest of these cuts, the repair team discovered large, curved hooks, just like those of the giant squid. But here's the thing. Official measurements of the hooks and the gashes revealed the size of the creature they encountered had to be more than 150 feet long. Keep in mind, the largest giant squid known to scientists was only 43 feet long. Even though giant squid are believed to only live for 5 years, I still feel a little uneasy. No less troubling is the fact that swordfish can attack boats. Since the 17th century, there have been reliable accounts that confirm this. Moreover, these fish didn't just attack the boats, they sometimes pierce them. With their nose, of course. The story of the Massachusetts whaling ship Fortune is actually frightening. It's believed that then the swordfish pierced through at least 18 inches of hardwood. 18 inches! However, the Alvin submarine was even less fortunate. A swordfish hit it at a depth of 2,000 feet and got stuck in it. The sub's crew decided to resurface and remove the fish, and it took them 2 hours. Can you imagine how deep it was wedged? But why did the swordfish decide to attack the submarine anyway? Apparently most of these attacks are launched simply out of fear. Or that could be an accident, like when they impale turtles. There aren't many cases like that. Sometimes turtles survive after swordfish pierce them. Sometimes they're not so lucky. But scientists did some research and found out the swordfish apparently were just trying to catch prey that was near the turtles. Turtles probably don't like these accidents at all. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you something else about dolphins. Apologies, I mixed up the pages in the script. Well, better late than never, right? Long-finned pilot whales are large oceanic dolphins, slightly smaller than killer whales that feed mainly on squid. Common soles are definitely not on their menu, and here's the reason why. In 2014, a dead pilot whale was washed up on the Dutch coast with a common sole stuck in its blowhole. Seems weird? It sure does. But 3 weeks later, another pilot whale ended up stranded on the coast, and again, the common sole was the cause of death. Perhaps this overly flexible prey got lodged in the blowhole? Or maybe the reason was the unusual larynxes of pilot whales. The fact remains, they died as a result of asphyxiation caused by a flatfish. Well, what can I say? Nature's full of wonders. See you later.